Hey guys, this is your girl Lira, and you're listening to Self Reflection Podcast. Thank you guys for joining me on another episode of Self Reflection Podcast. I pray and I hope that this podcast finds you in the best possible state that you could be for yourself in today. And if you're not doing your best, I want to remind you in this moment, please go ahead and create some time to do some self reflection. Self reflection has been proven to support you with your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, and also your psychological body. So, if you're not doing your best, please go ahead and prioritize self reflection. So, in this short podcast episode for our midweek podcast episode, I want to talk about prioritizing yourself. In today's society, we have so much going on, right? We have things like we have to go to work, we have to go to school, right? For those of us that have to go to school, and some of us have children that we have to take care of. So prioritizing yourself can be challenging. So one of the ways that you can choose to prioritize yourself, I'm using the word choose because it is a choice, right? Wanting to prioritize yourself is a choice that you deliberately made to choose to pick yourself in that moment. And I do understand that a lot of time when we talk about, self-care or self-love or prioritizing yourself, people often think that that is selfish, but it's not. So one of the ways that you can choose to prioritize yourself is by actually going on a walk, right? When you are frustrated, when you are feeling overwhelmed, when you feel like the four walls in your house is collapsing on you, go outside. Go outside on that 15-minute walk. Go outside without your cell phone, without any technology, right? And just go on a walk. Walking has been shown to also support you with your mental health. It has also been shown to support you with your physical health as well. So when you're starting to feel overwhelmed, go on a walk. The second thing that I want to talk about that can support you when you are choosing to prioritize yourself is journaling. Take some time to write down your feelings. When you choose to write down your feelings, you're not only releasing the tense emotions that are in your body, you're also giving yourself the opportunity to actually express the things that you're feeling, to actually express the way that you're feeling. And also you're giving yourself the opportunity to actually see the things that are in your mind. Because sometimes, right, it's not because we don't have the answers to the problems that we have in our life, right? Sometimes it's because they're all jumbled up in with everything else, right? We have to balance being a mom. If you're a mother, you have to balance being a wife. If you're a wife, you have to balance being a sister and all of these things, right? Sometimes that can get jumbled up. So when you write down your thoughts, right, you're able to see exactly what you're thinking, and from that place, right, you can now strategize on how you want to deal with the problems that you're facing, or how you want to resolve the tension that you're holding in your body. And also writing down your emotions, writing down your feelings, writing down your thoughts has been proven and shown to release stress from the body. So again, the first thing that I talk about is going on a walk, right? Take yourself on a walk, relax your mind, go outside and get that fresh air. Sometimes take off your shoes and get connected with Mother Nature, right? Walk on the grass or walk on the bare ground, right? Get connected. And then the second thing is write down your thoughts, right? Allow yourself to release the tense emotions that you're holding. Allow your mind to process things in a different way other than just keeping it in your mind, because sometimes our minds can, what's it called? Make things a lot more bigger than they actually are, right? The third thing that I want to talk about is actually connecting with someone else, talking to somebody, right? Sometimes it's good for you to sit down with yourself, and go on that walk and, write down your thoughts. But sometimes you actually need to have that human connection, because we're social beings by nature, right? So sometimes you just need somebody to talk to, or sometimes you just need someone to listen to you talk, and one of the ways that, if you are somebody that just needs someone to listen to, right, and you want to express yourself to them, you just if you have a really good friend or good sister or brother, right? You hit them up and be like, hey, I need to express something to you, but I really appreciate your feedback. I really appreciate your input. I love when you give me supportive or words, but in this moment, I just want you to listen to me, right? Because I think sometimes we are afraid to express ourselves to the people that care about us because we think that they're going to give us their feedback, right? Or they always give us their feedback, right? So sometimes it's okay for you to put that boundary there and be like, hey, I love your opinion. I love your feedback. But in this moment, I just want you to listen to me because I just need to get this off my chest, right? So express yourself to somebody else. The fourth thing that I want to talk about is actually doing self-reflection. Science has actually proven this, right? This is a science have actually proven that when you sit with yourself and do self-reflection, you're actually digesting the things that are within you, right? Not only from the physical self, but from also the spiritual body, right? And also one of the ways that you can practice sitting with yourself is actually sitting in a room, right? It could be any room with no television, with no radio, no cell phone, no extra noise in the background, and just stare at the wall. I know it sounds really crazy. It sounds like, what is Lira talking about, right? But it has actually been shown and proven that if you spend 5 to 15 minutes, sometimes even an hour, just staring at a wall, by the time you leave that place, you are feeling twice as much healthier, much better than when you first sat down to do that self-reflection, right? Because there's this thing where I think in society today, there's this go, 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 go. But when you find that opportunity to pause, you go back to yourself and you start to digest the things that you're holding within you. Because honestly, I do think that, when we look at ourselves, we have library of things that we have yet to learn, right? A lot of us are looking for what is out here that's going to make me happy. What can I buy that is going to make me feel good about myself? What can I do, to my body? What can I enhance in my body? What can I change with myself that is going to make me feel good about myself in this moment, right? And don't get me wrong, all of those things are good, right? What meditation, what podcast can I listen to that is going to make me feel good or make me feel like I'm learning something? But when sometimes it just need us to pause, stare at a blank wall, and go back and allow ourselves to study ourselves, right? Because a lot of us don't go back and study ourselves because a lot of us are afraid of our dark night of soul. A lot of us are afraid to go back to heal that trauma that we have been facing time after time. So in this conversation, I just want to remind you to prioritize yourself, take care of yourself, as we continue to go on this healing journey. It is important that you know that you are important. It is important that you know that the more that you heal, the more you can give to the people that you love, right? The more you can give to your job, the more you can give to the business that you're trying to grow, the more you can, add to society, right? The more healing that happens within yourself, the more you can project that out into the world. And especially in today's society where, social media has so much going on, right? So you want to fill yourself up first before, you pour out into the world. So again, thank you guys for joining me on this short conversation. I hope that those 4 tips are going to support you today or sometime this week. You can use one of them to support yourself. Thank you guys. I want to remind you before you actually head out, if you have yet to subscribe to Self-Reflection Podcast, please go ahead and pause this conversation right now and hit that subscription button. Also follow us on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is called Self-Reflection Podcast by Lira Ndifon, and our social media is Lira, Lira_Ndifon. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Take care of yourself, prioritize yourself, love yourself, unconditional love, right? That's the love we got to have for ourselves. Love yourself unconditionally. I hope you have a blessed day. Bye for now.